Hello there everybody, this is Iced Blood. Welcome back to Resident Evil 4. Picking up right where we left off last time. Picking up treasures like it's our job. What's in here? Cutscene, obviously. Well, we needed one of those. Oh.
Leon, you okay?
Yeah, just fine. Obviously. Might wanna run, Ada. Leon's getting fed up with your shit. Or maybe not. I think that's the most expressive we've seen Leon's face since the game started.
Sorry, Ada.
No, sorry. I don't know what came over me. That was embarrassing. Almost killed you and everything. I'm sorry. Yeah.
We have to get that parasite out of your body.
Yeah. But before that, I gotta save Ashley.
Fine. Let's split up.
What? That's new. So, did you happen to check the title of this here video? I bet you did, so I bet you know what this is. This is Endgame, folks. That's right, my dear lords, ladies, and gentlemen. This is the finale. Today we end the madness. We survive the horror and all that good stuff that happens at the end of a game. But first, that's some very atmospheric breathing. And we're very low on rifle rounds. Let's see how this goes. Shotgun shells. Normally I'd be ecstatic to find shotgun shells, but we've got plenty of those. I need rifle ammo. How about in here? Anything? Yeah, something in there. Good God. Alright, well. The hell is that thing? Well, it's not rifle ammo, so I don't care. Where the hell is that regenerator? I can hear you. I hope you're not on the ceiling. Oh, there you are. This one, well, it's not an Iron Maiden, but it has the same plaga placement. Looks like 5. Alright, there's 1. There's 2. Crap. 3. I don't think... Can we get... No. And that's all, folks. We're out. Alright, well, moving forward. I don't like leaving a regenerator alive, but we have no choice. It's a good thing regenerators can't open doors. I'm pretty sure they could climb. If he wanted to, he probably could follow us into this place. But apparently that's not in his job description, because he's actually not going to bother us. And we're not going back there, so it doesn't really matter. So what do we have in here? It's definitely starting to feel like a military base. And what military base would be complete without the infantry? I like how the music didn't start and they didn't start moving until after I killed one of them. Great keeping watch there, guys. You deserve a raise. Now, we have a fully powered handgun. And yet, it took like 5 shots just to make a dent in one of the shields. Those are wood shields. They're not that sturdy. Come on now. If they were metal shields, okay, I get it. You might need some special artillery to get through one of those, or to make them drop them, or whatever, but come on now. It's like 4.5 rounds per shot in that thing, and still not viable to get through those. I think the Punisher would be. Maybe that's it. Maybe since the Punisher is the only handgun that really has, like, a specialized barrel, maybe? That lets you go through multiple enemies at once? Maybe that's what you need. That would make sense. I might have to test that eventually. I've never bothered to keep the Punisher whenever I get it. I always end up getting it because it's free, and then I sell it when the Blacktail shows up, so... might be a viable alternative. Oh great, Gatling guns, just what we need. It's always nice when they just fall with that kind of sighing death rattle. So that means there's no Plaga to deal with, and that's always nice. Okay, ammo, incendiary grenade, that's all nice, that's all nice. Could we get some more rifle rounds, please? Or is that too much to ask? I have this image in my head that the reason that the Ganados are keeping ammo is because they use it like currency, and maybe they give the bullets to the select few of them that actually have guns, and like the guys with the guns like give them other things. I don't know, kind of like cigarettes in a prison, I guess. I don't know. There really still is no like viable reason for any of these guys to be carrying bullets when so few of them bother with guns. I mean, really, I'm pretty sure the big guy, you can hear him out there. It's the only voice he needs. It's a fucking Gatling gun. Like, I think he's the only one that we've seen that really uses a gun. We've seen plenty of projectiles, because you got the crossbowman, but... no guns. No shotguns. No handguns. No flintlock pistols or whatever. You know, because apparently this... I mean, well, okay, this facility here is pretty up with the times, I suppose. God only knows what they do here, but... I mean, the village and the castle, those are pretty old school there. So... I don't know. That could have worked. And you know, they kept the broken butterfly in that treasure chest in that secret room that you could only get to by going through that hole up on the wall. Is it like... is the gun a currency too? Like, I don't know. Well, okay, because I guess if I think about it, we did pick up the shotgun in somebody's house. So maybe these people used to use guns. Okay. But when the Plagas, like, assimilated within them, maybe their eyesight goes, and it's not really viable to use guns anymore. Maybe that's it. Because, I mean, they use regular weapons, so they can tell where I am, right? But they kind of flail around with them. So I wonder if they can't see all that well. They can see the blur of Leon, maybe. They can tell where he is, vaguely, enough to use a hand-to-hand weapon. Maybe they can't use a gun because the main, benefit to using one, which is distance, is rendered moot by the fact that they can't see too well. I don't know if that makes any sense. It seems kind of a stretch, but it could be. Because, I mean, somebody had a gun. Because somebody lived in that house where we picked up that shotgun. Granted, we bought the other guns. Except for the butterfly, which was kept in the treasure chest, like I mentioned. We bought all the others. Maybe they're the merchant's guns. Maybe the merchant lives here. Maybe he's the last resident of the village who, like, resisted the Los Iluminados, and he's here to try and liberate his home. That's why he's helping Leon. Maybe that's it. That's kind of cool. I like that idea. We'll go with that. He certainly speaks better English than most of these guys. By which I mean most of these guys don't speak English at all. Because who speaks English? Well, Ramon did, and Chief Mendez did, and Sadler does. It's like how in the medieval times only the elite bothered to learn how to read, like monks and priests. And so like when they wanted to hear, like when people wanted to hear like verses from the Bible, they had to go to church because only the priests knew how to read. And then they would like watch plays and stuff, but they couldn't read the Bible themselves. One, they couldn't afford one, and two, they couldn't read it even if they could get one. So maybe it's like this. Maybe the most of the ganados are illiterate. I mean, not to stereotype, but they don't look like they bother. Although, that does beg the question yet again, what the hell's up with all the notes? I guess maybe it's only for the higher-ups. Maybe only the higher-ups know how to read, and so they keep their messages. And maybe that's why the messages that we find are so, like, detailed. It's because, well, nobody else knows how to read, so it doesn't matter. But consider the fact that, you know, they must have foreseen somebody like Leon coming in and, you know, messing up all their shit. Well, maybe they didn't. Maybe they were so arrogant that they just figured, you know what, we'll get this done before they have any chance of maneuvering themselves into position to stop us. Maybe they figured, oh, we have the president's daughter, we'll inject her with the plugga, we'll send her back, and they'll think, oh, she's fine, she just got lost. She went on a short vacation out to rural Spain. Because, you know, she seems like, you know, your standard white suburban girl. She's the sort of idiot decide, oh, that'd be nice and scenic and whatever, and then everything would be fine. I don't know how this plan came to fruition. I don't think Sadler really thought this through. Oh, the music's done. That means we're finished. That's awesome. So we got one of the locks, so let's get the other one. Is there anything in here? Nope. We already opened those. Let's press the button, and the door is unlocked. We're done here. All right, let's move forward, see what happens next. I do think most of the ganados are illiterate, or if they weren't, they certainly are now. Because the thing is, this seems like a very rural farming community, right? And the sad truth is, when you rely on farming, okay, there's probably not much time for leisure activities, and this place doesn't seem very hospitable, honestly. Although there's plenty of people, so either they do have plenty of like food stores and drinking water and all that. Either that, or the plaga doesn't need much sustenance to survive, and so it has no problem letting its host just kind of wither. I don't know, either one seems just as likely as the other. But still, I figure there's not much time in the day to devote to leisure activities, and reading is kind of a leisure activity for the most part. I think that explains the whole reason behind the Dark Ages. Because, you know, the whole idea behind the Dark Ages in Europe is that the reason we call it the Dark Ages is because nobody wrote anything down. We have no real indication of what happened. So I get the feeling that this village is probably stuck in its own Dark Age. Although, look at all the technology that the cult has.
You'll soon harbor an awesome power.
Oh, awesome
Yet
power,
it
huh?
seems you would rather choose death.
That surprises
I'm taking
you?
Ashley back, whether you like it or not.
Ah, the audacity of youth.
Uh-oh. Sadler's magic. That's lovely. Great way to kick off the day. What? Ada! You came back. How nice. The unfortunate truth, however,
Leon, now!
is that Sadler is no longer fully human. So, I don't think bullets are gonna do much. Again, Leon's using the default pistol. One of these days I'm gonna do a run with only the default pistol, just to make the whole cutscene, like, work. Just so there's no discrepancy. You're not looking so hot, dude. Like,
Let's go.
You need some more sleep or something. When in doubt, blow him up. I like how Sadler's just kind of walking like, I'm a badass, I don't need to worry about explosions. Okay. A merchant, an herb, and a document. Ah, Lewis's 5th memo. From the initial stages of the research, we've been searching for a safe and practical removal procedure of the plaga. Ironically, it turns out that the real objective of this research was not to find a way to remove the plagas from the infected persons, but to find a way so that the plaga could not be removed from the body easily. Reverse engineering. In the end, we were able to find out that the plagas could be removed only by exposing them to a special radiation. Chemo? The only drawback with this method is that it is a very painful procedure. Since the plaga attaches itself to the nerves, there is a possibility that it may impair the consciousness of the host. So we'll pass out? Another fact that must be mentioned is that once the plaga grows into an adult, the removal procedure could kill the host. But perhaps death isn't so bad when you think about the alternative, which is harboring an awesome power. Alright, well, fair enough. You know what? For the first time, I think I'm not all that interested in rearranging my inventory. Oh my god! It's like a special occasion or something.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. What are you selling?
I'm selling... pearl pendant. Don't ask where I got it. I stole it from your mother. Let's see, what can we get? Well, we need some rifle rounds. Let's get a capacity upgrade for the rifle.
Thank you.
98,000, huh? If we hit 100,000, we can fully upgrade the TMP, and that's been one of our main weapons so far. So let's sell our eyes. And now we can afford the exclusive upgrade for the TMP, which increases the firepower. So now each of those tiny little bullets from the TMP does 1.8 handgun rounds worth of damage. Which means the main drawback of the weapon, which is weakness, has somewhat been counterbalanced. I mean, granted, the other weapons we have outshine it in terms of pure firepower, but still, very, very nice. I approve. Okay, we've got 2 of these guys. Thankfully, these guys, for as big as they are, seem particularly susceptible to rifle shots to the face. So did that plaga. You'd think with how big they are, they'd have a different plaga, like one of the more evolved ones, or maybe a new one, even. And I suppose I won't complain. I like dealing with the default plagas, the whiplash plagas. Those are nice. Well, nice might not be a good operative phrase, but... Okay, so that body was like, I don't know, where should I die? Where should I die? I'm gonna die over here. No, over here! Over here! Literally like the chicken with the head cut off thing going on with that dude. You see him? He was running around. Like, I've seen these guys, you know, they grab for you with their head gone and everything before, but that's the first time I think I've seen one, like, do that and then keep running. It's kind of cool, actually. In a very twisted sort of way. So the other thing about me not wanting to rearrange my inventory, I lied. I can't let it go for long. Let's... Yeah, there we go. And then we'll put our lone, regular hand grenade over there in the corner by himself where he could think about what he did. What did he do? I have no idea. So that's why I need him to think about it. I need him to remember so he can tell me. Okay, so up here is actually... the room where we just were. And now Sadler's gone, which begs the question, what the hell happened to him? Huh. What are they going to do to her? What was that chamber they had her in? Huh. Oh well, I don't care. We need to find something else. Now, Lewis's memo talked about the removal process, and Lewis's memos always seem to be a bit of foreshadowing as to where to go. There we have it.
This hunk of junk? I don't know about this, Leon.
There's only one way to find out. You operate.
Jesus, Leon. You sure you can sit down in that thing with balls so big? You just jump right in? Like, hey, you do it. It's fine. We just read a memo about how this could kill me, but go for it.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Leon Kennedy.
Here goes nothing.
Leon's middle name is not Scott. It's motherfucking. Leon motherfucking Kennedy. I can handle this shit. Was it good for you? Alrighty.
How are you feeling?
Like a
Now,
million bucks.
here's a question.
I thought you were gonna die.
Why is this equipment here at
Guess I'm
all?
up.
Apparently that's just a generic torso, because I'm pretty sure Ashley doesn't have a torso shaped like that. Is it just me, or does she have really big ears? And why is she wearing that
You okay?
belt? Does that belt really serve a purpose? It looks purely decorative, kind of like that sweater she's got around her neck. Oh, whatever.
I don't know about you, but I think it's time we go home.
There we have the end of Chapter 5-4. I could make the joke about see you next time, but I already told you it's the finale, so obviously we're not going to stop here. We're forging ahead into the final chapter. We're going to see this through to the very end, because, well, we're Leon motherfucking Kennedy, so let's do this. Ah. Nice, a yellow herb. We're getting very close to the point where Leon's health is going to be fully maxed out there. In fact, I think... Oh, no, hold on. The real power of the United States lies in 3 areas. The Justice Department, the administrative bodies, and the military. In order to take control of these areas, we must influence the minds of the people who advise the President. After this is done, the rest of the departments will quickly fall under our sway. If by chance the United States were to figure out our plan, the damage caused would be minimal. We will still be able to conquer the country as planned using our backup plan. Once we control the country, we'll use their international influence to our advantage. The rest of the world will fall swiftly. As already stated, if our first plan doesn't go as smoothly as expected, we'll proceed with our secondary plan. By sending in our special forces, we'll infiltrate the country from within. Fear and chaos will spread through the nation like a virus. A virus? It'll only be a matter of time before the country loses its stability. At that time, when they're most vulnerable, we will strike. Rejoice, my brethren. The world shall soon be cleansed. Alright then. Well, we can't let that happen. Here we have one final merchant. Spoilers. The thing is, we just saw the merchant. And so the fact that he's here again, so soon after meeting him last time, that can only mean one thing, really. And that is, we're at the final boss fight, folks.
Something's not right. Ashley, you stay here.
Oh good, let's separate again. That always worked out so well for us in the past. Probably a good thing, actually. So, if Ada's been such a thorn in his side, same as Leon, why keep her alive? Why do that? I don't understand, Sadler. Maybe he wants to inject her with a plaga?
Better try a new trick, cause that one's getting old.
Yeah. Okay, so Leon just threw his knife out into the middle of the
You okay?
air, right? He shouldn't have it, right? Here's the thing.
What's so
Magic
funny?
knife. It's right there back in its sheath.
The country failing is a cliche that only happens in your Hollywood movies.
No, it happens in our TV shows too.
You entertain me. To show my appreciation, I will help you awaken from your world of cliches.
Oh my god.
Ada, stand back.
Okay. Sure. A giant spider lobster scorpion thing. This is Osmond Sadler in his final form. Now, the strategy involved in this boss fight took me a second to remember, to be honest. I don't know what happened right here. But that is what you're looking for. Okay, you're looking for when he falls like that. And then you're going to want to hit his central eye with basically anything you got. Now, I'm using the TMP right now because we have a lot of bullets and why not? We just fully upgraded, I want to see how it does. But really what you want to do when he's like this. Now, right here you might have noticed what he ended up doing. I shot the eyes on his legs. And that did nothing, so... But we needed some room. Well, you'll find out why later. You want to shoot the eyes on his leg when they open. And if you do, that's probably one of the main ways to weaken him. And then, yeah, his central eye is his weak spot. I'm sure that's faintly obvious. It's a pretty big part in him. I don't think you can actually damage him when he's moving around like that. One, I mean, it's really difficult to aim. But even if by some candlelight and rosary miracle you can actually get a shot off when he's waving his neck around like that, I'm pretty sure it won't actually do anything. I think you need to weaken him like this before you can actually do damage to him through the central eye. That was a good one, alright. Now, we can use the rest of this arena. There's some other sections, you know, there's the blinking lights and the bridges and all that. There's a few things we can use to our advantage in this fight. And we're going to use one of them right here. Take our herb, wait for him to get close, and pull the lever, and boom! Take that, bitch! Now, let's try the heavy artillery this time. There we go. Now, obviously the TMP wasn't doing as much damage as that one, just based on the fact that we were able to get multiple shots off before he stood back up again. There's a damage threshold there. And the Magnum more than reaches it. Now, we're going to use our handgun here. We're too close to that barrel. Hold on a second. Let's... Okay, there we go. Now, explosion weakened him again, so let's do that. Nice. Alrighty. Shouldn't be too many more. Although, I mean, this is the final fight, so who knows. There's an eye. Can we get it? Ah! TMP is murder on your general accuracy. It's a nice weapon to have. I do actually really like it. There are plenty of players who will tell you don't bother with it, and I understand the reasoning behind it. But I really like how the TMP works. Thing is, of course, if you're going for a run with a high accuracy, it's stupid. Okay, we'll try this trick again. Ah, fucker. And use ourselves an herb and equip our magnum again. And rinse and repeat, as they say. I like how his body's just kind of dangling there in the center of the nexus of the spider, I guess. Whatever the hell that might be. Not sure what kind of terminology you use. It's just kind of dangling there, all ineffectual, and I'm sure there's some sort of phallic metaphor involved here. Hey, there we go! Sweet! Leon's health is now fully upgraded. Fitting that the last yellow herb we'd find in the game would get him there. Let's see. Let's try our grenade, and we'll see how that does against him. Nice, alright. I think basically any substantial damage is enough to send him down, and we can use that. So let's... There we go. What?
Use this.
What's happening? What's happening? That right there is the key to victory. He's lying right on top of it. So let's get him away from it first. That right there is a very special rocket launcher. It is different from the other one. It is a constant... That, you know what I was talking about? How certain things in your inventory would disappear in the new run? I think this is what I was thinking about. Because you can actually beat him without using this special rocket launcher that Ada just gave us. What's the fun in that, though? Okay, we've been using rocket launchers for bosses pretty much since the castle started. Even before then, really. So, there's no reason why we wouldn't use it here. But if you decide you don't want to, you can. Actually, you know what? Never mind. It doesn't disappear. You can sell it. That's why you might want to not bother with it. It's actually a nice thing to sell. So never mind. I was completely off base. You don't need to worry about anything disappearing when you reach into your next run. Okay. We don't want to be right there in the blast. Actually, I don't know if it matters. Because, watch, you'll see what happens. When we equip the special rocket launcher, notice the red tip there, and we aim it at Sadler, we have a cutscene that starts. And watch this. Right in his eye. Because that's how we do. So, obviously, I don't think it actually matters where you're standing when you shoot him with that thing, because the cinematic will always take over, and that's it. That is the end of Lord Sadler. Los Iluminados is dead. And that happened.
Sorry, Leon. Hand it over.
Crap.
Ada, you do know what this is.
Oh, beautiful. Alright, well... Shit. Swan dive. And somehow she's already sitting pretty in the helicopter.
I'll take good
Sure,
care of
because she's Ada fucking Wong.
it. Gotta go. If I were you, I'd get off this island too.
She really pushed it.
Here, catch.
Does Leon even know what she just pushed? I mean, we do,
Gotta get a move
based
on.
on the timer
See you
there.
around.
But does Leon have any reason to really say? She really pushed it. Yeah, she pushed a button, Leon. Good work. Oh, that's
Very cute.
wonderful. Jet ski key. Well, there's only one thing to use that on. A jet ski. 100,000 pesetas for killing Sadler. Now, the fact that you get money for defeating the last boss in the game should kind of clue you in. Even if you didn't know, even if I hadn't told you, that yes, you do start over at the end once you beat the game. You start back at the beginning. So that 100,000 you can use for an upgrade or something.
It's gonna what?
It's gonna blow. Because that's how these games end, with gigantic explosions. Now, you might think, well, okay, game's over, this is all easy, and we don't need to worry, this is just kind of a cinematic thing. And it is, but be careful. Because there is still a chance, even after this section, that you can die. You have to be very careful. And you'll see what I mean. Once we get on to the jet ski,
Hang on, sweetheart.
we have ourselves a bit of an obstacle course. This is moving just fast enough to kill us if we hit anything. The doors are bad enough, but as you notice, the island is already starting to explode, which begs the question, what the hell was the button for, and why do we have this time limit if it's already starting to explode? That's some bullshit right there. But, now that it started, now this is the thing, if you slow down too much, the wave back there will catch up and you'll die there. But also, keep in mind that as you're moving forward, you'll get debris. So you want to make sure you're in the right spot to avoid it. See right there. I'm going to veer to the left, veer to the right. And there we go. We are home free. Now, wouldn't it suck so much ass if Ashley died right here? And I mean for Leon, not for us. I think it'd be kind of amusing. Because, okay, thankfully she has the presence of mind not to panic, like a lot of people do when they're, you know, suddenly immersed in deep water.
Let's go home.
Sounds like a great
But imagine
idea.
if she did.
Mission accomplished. Right, Leon?
Not
I know this isn't fitting for the music
Still
or
have to get
anything,
you home safe.
but consider that. What if she just died right there? What if she panicked and drowned, and then Leon would have to admit,
After you take me back to my place,
what?
how about we do some overtime?
Overtime? Fuck that.
Sorry.
This whole mission is overtime.
Somehow I knew you'd say that, but it doesn't hurt to ask, you know?
Oh,
So, who was that woman anyway?
Ashley's got a crush on her bodyguard.
Tell me.
That's
She's like a
adorable.
woman I can't let go. Let's leave it at that.
No, really, I do think that is kind of cute. All the trash talking with Ashley, it's, you know, game's over. Let's not do that anymore. And here we have the credits. That's it. Game over. We won. Resident Evil 4 is complete. Sort of. There's some extra stuff that unlocks after you beat the game the first time. But we'll get to that later. Right here, what I want you to focus on is look at the artwork, the pictures that they showed during the credits. Most credit scenes are kind of boring. I mean, you just see a bunch of names and whatever, you don't really care. But this one here, we see some artwork, and this first section here, with the nice, happy, kind of soothing lullaby music, we see some nice scenes of what probably is the village before Los Iluminados and the Plagas and that whole thing took over. Because you see this nice rural village, we see some scenes of people working and eating and talking, and like I really like this because it shows kind of what the village was like. I mean, you can kind of see the guy with the guitar there, you can kind of tell he's one of the models that we ended up fighting so many of during the game. Like, you can tell these are the villagers. You might also be able to tell the music's kind of shifting. The tone is shifting. It's kind of odd. And here we have the complete tonal shift. And there, that's probably the Los Iluminados. They're starting to experiment. And now things are getting darker, a bit more mysterious. That looks like probably why there are no children in this village. He looks friendly. Alright. And so you're starting to see the shift, and there we have like the first person who assimilated into the Plaga completely. Like, that section right there tells more of the story than pretty much most of what we saw in the game itself. I think that did a more effective job of setting the tone of the entire game, and it's right here at the end instead of at the beginning when it would have been most useful. I have no qualms about Leon's soliloquy in the beginning about what happened to Umbrella, but that right there, that part of the credits right there, was just, there's so much there. There's so much, and it's, you don't see any movement, it's just still pictures, and they look like they're drawn on parchment, and oh, that's the kind of storytelling I love in these kinds of games. It's unconventional, and it's just powerful. Oh. Anyway. here we have the main credits and probably the best song in the entire soundtrack. I love this song. This is a great song. And so here we have the credits. So, I mean, I want to take a minute or so here while the things are finishing up. I just wanted to say, this is my first Let's Play. It's the first project that I've done here on YouTube. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me. This has been an incredible journey. I hope you like this game as much as I do. Credits are almost over. I'm not going to take too much of your time here. But I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. And anybody who's coming across this later, after it's complete, I really hope you enjoyed it too. I'm not trying to, keep you out of the loop here. But just thank you. Thank you so much. This is awesome. You'll notice a little bit of an Easter egg there where they mention the STARS members and stuff. I love that. Oh, one last scene.
Is that you?
Finally, the line's jack free.
Hey, Hunnigan, no glasses.
Forget the glasses. What's the status of the mission?
I've rescued the subject. We're returning home.
You did it, Leon.
Thanks. You're kind of cute without those glasses. Give me your number when I get back.
May I remind you that you're still on duty?
Story of my life.
That wasn't technically a no. Alright, and here we have the final screen where it tells you how you did. Let's see. 68% accuracy, 850 enemies killed, 28 deaths in about 11 hours. That's not too bad, considering we used the TMP. Okay, not my best work, I'll admit, but not too bad. The infinite launcher, you say? Alright, so here it is. Now, the video's almost over. There's just one more thing I want to show you guys. First off, see there, new round. If you load up this data, you'll start the game over with all your stuff. But I want to show you what we've unlocked. And more importantly, what we're going to be dealing with in our final episode. I'm going to have an extra episode that covers this stuff. Separate Ways, Assignment Ada, the Mercenaries. These are the stuff that's unlocked. But for right now, I'm going to end it here because we're just about done. So thank you so much again, and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time with our next project.